Hallo, ihr über einem kuscheligen Kamin hängenden, sprechenden Voodoo-Totenschädel ihr und willkommen zurück zu The Legend of Monkey Island. Wir reden jetzt mal mit den Schädeln da, über den Kamin, denn da ist Murray. Passiert nichts, wenn ich das mache. Dann nehmen wir halt Murray. Nimm Murray. Wieso geht das nicht? Nimm Murray. Das gefällt mir jetzt gar nicht. Wieso geht das nicht?
Is that fresh meat I spy? Tremble, mortal, before the mighty skulls of scum.
It's been longer than a rat's tail since I last set me sockets on a would-be pirate, though I could swear we've crossed paths before. But never mind all that. You'll be here to undertake the 3 trials, I'll wager.
The 3 trials! Aye, that takes me back. I want to be a mighty pirate. Where do I collect me hat?
Well, if you're here to prove your worth to us, too bad. We're no longer in charge around here. Aye, and what would be the point? There's not a pirate wannabe alive who could hold a candle to the legend of Monkey Island.
No, please, not the speech again.
The mightiest pirate to ever weigh anchor!
Scourge of the Caribbean, terror of the Tri-Island territories, master of 1,000 insults.
A man who could hold his breath for 60 minutes!
Governor Guybrush Threepwood.
Ah, all that toasting of the governors made me thirsty.
Time for some more grog! Grog, 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 grog!
Okay, gut. Dann gehen wir doch mal in die Küche. Oh, der sieht wütend aus.
Hey, you shouldn't be back here.
Warum darf ich nicht hier sein?
Because it's the rules, that's why. Customers stay out front, where they can't mess everything up.
Ich wollte doch nur einem Meisterkoch bei der Arbeit zusehen.
Oh, right. Well, I guess you can look around. But don't touch anything. I'm trying to work on a signature dish. I want something fiery and hearty, tough yet tender, just like the legend of Monkey Island himself. Too bad I'm still missing one of the ingredients.
Also, was steht auf der Speisekarte?
Meat stew. When I can find the time to spice the meat, chop the veg, and add this special ingredient like I was told.
Was ist denn die geheime Zutat?
Sure enough. The lady from the Mojo shop stopped by before the governor's guards closed her down with a box of root beer sprinkles. She told me to add them to the grog and anything I cook to provide us all protection against insidious supernatural threats or something. Don't know why, but I hate to see good grub go to waste, and they don't taste half bad, so into the cooking pot with them.
Ich bin auf der Suche nach Arbeit.
Can't help you there. I've just hired a new assistant, and they should be starting today. Assuming they show up for work. Don't know what the delay is all about, but I hope they remember to pick up their uniform from the general store. I've had it reserved all week. Of course it matters. Cooking's a messy business, and you need to look the part. I just hope they get here soon. I'm rushed off my feet as it is. As soon as they arrive, I'm going on my break.
Okay. Ich habe gehört, dass es hier Grog gibt.
Yeah, in the barrel. But don't think you can just go helping yourself. It's the expensive, extra strong Governor's Special Reserve. I got a batch of it in stock in case the legend of Monkey Island ever stops by for a drink. Think of all the tourists he'd attract. But you need a strong stomach for the stuff, or you'll be out cold before long. Anyway, forget about all that. And don't touch anything.
Okay, okay.
It's for kitchen staff only.
Okay, ich wollte nur deinen Lauch schneiden. Kratz dich doch nicht mit dem scharfen Messer. Das macht man nicht. Okay, was gibt's hier so? Der Koch lässt die Kunden nicht an seine Küche ran. Gegenstand benötigt, um Tür zu öffnen. Ah, das ist der Schlüssel. Wie kann ich den Koch ablenken? Ah, jetzt. Ah, sobald ich drin bin, starrt er mich an. Das ist gar nicht so doll. Okay, wir reden mit den Piratenanführern.
Back again? You're persistent, I'll give you that.
Wo ist das Anwesen des Gouverneurs?
Decided to chance your luck with the governor's guards, eh? Well, you can't miss the place. Head up, through town, and through the archway below the clock tower to find a cliffside path that'll take you straight to the governor's doorstep.
Scheint mir eine recht leichte Suche zu sein.
You might think so, but the fact of the matter is that the guards will turn you away unless you've got an official invitation. Now, I don't know where you'd go about acquiring such a thing, but there's one particular citizen whose specialty is finding what you need.
Wo sind all die Handelskompanien?
You mean purveyors of tea, silks, that sort of thing? We don't allow them to operate here on Melee. The pirates gotta eat, though, so we do take in shipments of goods from other islands. One of them sank at the docks just the other day, in fact. Ha! What do I look like, a merchant? All I know is the governor keeps this place running just fine. We're never wanted for supplies. If you're peckish and low on funds, you could always find a fishing rod. See if you can't catch some supper that way.
Wie kam es dazu, dass du das Sagen hast?
Each of us underwent the 3 trials way back when and became mighty pirates, when it was still possible for mere mortals to succeed. But since you ask, I'll let you in on a little secret. The trick of being in charge is to make yourself look important. That's why we took the best table in the house for ourselves and lined ourselves up here, all official-like.
Das war's?
Well, there's no need to be like that about it. There's plenty of other pirates who wish they thought of it first.
Hinter dir ein sprechender Schädel.
Ah, pay him no heed or he'll talk your ear off all night. Claims to hail from somewhere called Sailor's Grave, wherever that may be.
Und das stört dich nicht?
Only when he starts up with a shanty. I never heard such a tuneless, talentless assault against the performing arts. He claims it's the best he can do on account of lacking a full set of vocal cords. But if you ask me, he's just doing it for the attention.
Danke fürs Gespräch. Kann ich mit dem da auch reden?
Back so soon? You've plenty of questions, I'll be bound.
Wie kam diese Ort denn eigentlich zu seinem Namen?
They say the name Scum comes from a language invented by one of the first and most influential pirates who dreamed of us all sharing a common speech.
Script Creation Utility for Maniac Mansion. Ja, da nix. Dass ich das weiß. Ich weiß, wofür Scum steht.
Some called him a genius, others a maniac. His knowledge and wisdom was passed down at a prestigious institute known as Scum University. Who can say, if it hadn't been for the drive and vision of those pirate pioneers, we might not be standing here today making such polite conversation.
Was waren die 3 Prüfungen?
Tests by which a pirate might prove themselves worthy of the title. There were 3 to be faced, spread across Melee Island. Trouble was, once word began to spread about the legend of Monkey Island and all that he'd accomplished, the trials looked pretty feeble by comparison.
Also hast du sie härter gemacht.
That we did, but no matter how dangerous, deceitful, and despicable the trials became, not one of them held a candle to the governor's heroic deeds. Eventually, nobody could manage to complete the trials, and the whole system was abandoned. Better to seek the governor's blessing.
Erzähl mir mehr über den Gouverneur.
He may not look it, but Governor Threepwood has the strength and stamina of 10 men. He's the champion of both our caber tossing and spitting contest. And when it comes to his skill with a blade, his insults have flummoxed the sword master herself.
Du kämpfst mit Beleidigungen?
Aye, that's a trick you'll get to learn if and when the governor judges you to be a worthy pirate. A devastating witticism delivered at just the right moment can throw your opponent off balance. We pirates have our pride to consider after all.
Was ist mit dem alten Gouverneur?
Elaine Marley was her name, back before she became Mrs. Elaine Marley Threepwood. Few could win her heart back then, though many pirates tried. She was a fine leader, and just as fine a match for the legend of Monkey Island. Though there's one pirate who thought otherwise, and LeChuck was his name.
Und er war in sie verliebt?
That's putting it mildly. When Elaine invited him for dinner, LeChuck was instantly smitten and vowed to do whatever it took to marry her. Needless to say, the legend of Monkey Island wasn't about to stand for that. It ignited a bitter feud between the two of them. Ah, but that was a long time past now. Makes me all misty-eyed just to think about it.
Mich auch. Okay, dann reden wir mal noch mit dem da.
What be ye wanting?
Ist ja eigentlich jeder Pirat?
Now that's the sort of question I'd expect from a pirate wannabe. Melee Island is pretty much wall-to-wall rogues and scoundrels. Granted, more than a few folks have retired from a life on the high seas and taken up other lines of work where they can. But pretty much everyone you'll rub shoulders with has flown the Jolly Roger at one time or another, and none of us are ashamed to admit it.
Und bereitet dir das nicht Ärger?
Why should it? Governor Threepwood is in charge now, and there's no pirate more lawless, lethal, and larcenous than he. The days of being clapped in irons by the local sheriff are long gone, and it's all thanks to the legend of Monkey Island.
Über diese Legende von Monkey Island.
What's the matter? You got seawater in your ears? Let me spell it out for you. Governor Threepwood is our legend of Monkey Island. He's been everywhere, seen it all, and stolen most of it. Adventures the rest of us can only dream of. The only way you'd be considered a true pirate is if the governor himself declared you to be worthy of following in his footsteps.
Klingt recht einfach.
Oh, you think so? You can't just stroll up to the governor's door and challenge him to a spitting contest, you know. But there is one way. A man in town can be your ticket to an audience with the governor, but his help surely won't come cheap.
Wo ist Monkey Island überhaupt?
They say it lies east of here, but its exact location is a great mystery to all but a chosen few, including the governor and his wife, Elaine Marley. The whole of Monkey Island is surrounded by a strange mist that makes sailing there a treacherous prospect, unless you know exactly what you're doing.
Klingt vertraut.
Oh, really? Well, most folks tended to avoid the place once the ghost pirate LeChuck began to use Monkey Island as his pirate lair. Only the governor was brave enough to bring together a crew and make it all the way to Monkey Island to rescue his beloved bride. It's just one more reason he's held in such high regard. But I don't suppose even he knows every secret the island has to offer.
Okay, was können wir ihn noch fragen? Ich suche nach Möglichkeiten, mir ein paar Münzen dazu zu verdienen.
I assume you mean pieces of 8? That's the currency we trade in here on Melee Island, not gold or other such nonsense. The cook could have been persuaded to take you on, but he's already hired himself a new assistant, so you're out of luck there. Well, I'm sure if you keep your eyes peeled, you'll spot a few stray pieces of 8 lying around that nobody'll miss. Of course, a real pirate would notice more nefarious opportunities to fill their pockets.
Oh ja, und das werden wir. Gut. Ich gehe noch mal raus. Okay. Ein Frachtschiff ist hier gesunken, haben die gesagt. Das will ich mir doch mal anschauen. Vielleicht hatten die irgendwas Interessantes geladen. Scheint nicht so. Nee. Da komme ich auch nicht rein. Nö. Okay, ist hier sonst irgendwas Interessantes? Erstmal wieder an die Oberfläche. Luft holen. Da ist mein Schiff. Ah, da sind Fische. So, die Leiter hoch. Ich könnte bestimmt angeln, oder? Nee, so angelt man nicht. Man angelt mit einer... hatte ich nicht eine Angel? Da ist meine Angel. Okay, so ist schon besser. Warte, bis ein Fisch anbeißt. Na, kommt. Ein roter Hering. Ah ja, den brauche ich. Den brauche ich. Komm schon, komm, komm. Du bist wichtig. Komm, komm. Aber wie geht das? Okay. Komm schon, roter Hering. Komm schon. Ich weiß, dass du in mein Inventar willst. Du willst in mein Inventar. Ich kann es ganz deutlich spüren. Überall an meinem Körper und in meinem Körper und auf meinem Körper und sonst wo. Und ihr auch. Tja. Angeln. Das spannendste Minigame aller Zeiten. In jedem Videospiel seit Anbeginn der Zeit. Nie gab es etwas Spannenderes in Videospielen als Angeln. Ja. Nochmal auswerfen. So. Jetzt kommt. Ah, da ist der rote Ring. Da ist er. Okay. Na, komm, komm. Komm. Ja, wir haben ihn. So. Gut. Hä? Soll man den fallen lassen? Ich dachte... Ich würde den schon gern mitnehmen. Nee, ich wollte jetzt nicht sagen, dass Gegner hier sind. Ach, mein Inventar ist voll. Dann will ich mal das da weg. Eins. Ah. Okay, wir essen nicht. Wie viel habe ich denn davon? Den kann ich doch eigentlich aufnehmen. Eine rote Hering nehmen. Da ist doch Platz. Okay, hier sind überall Schwerter. Und eine Schaufel. Leiter verwenden. Okay, den Fisch haben wir auch noch. Den bringe ich mal hier dem Koch. Guck, was ich da hab. Gefällt dir bestimmt. Nicht? Dann halt nicht. Ah, aber der rote Hering könnte den Piranha-Pudeln gefallen. Das probieren wir mal aus. Ob die Piranha-Pudel den roten Hering wollen. Ja, bitteschön. Nicht? Okay, das ist scheinbar nicht die Lösung. Kann ich dich irgendwie... Das stört dich nicht. Okay. Hätte ja sein können. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, ich mache einen kleinen Schnitt und dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge. Bis dann!